Mirchi FM is #1 in Singapore.
और किसके सुनिए यार, हमारा एक सच्चा साथी है मिर्ची एफएम लंबा साथी।
I love Mirchi FM. It's so hot.
देखे में लाल लाल, खाए में हाय हाय। टंगी टंगी तवा में मिर्ची FM is hot.
Here at Rugby Town, Singapore, love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Mirchi FM is #1 in Suva. It's hot.
हम वहीं के लिए लंबा सा में रहता है, तो क्या बताइए हम मिर्ची एफएम सुनता है।
मिर्ची FM बहुत जुलूम जुलूम।
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
In this bulletin, government intervenes over dispute on milk price. Hibiscus hopeful question selection panel. And High Court to rule on Chaudhry's appeal against sentence. Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate, and this is FBC News. Senior officers of the Agriculture Ministry met today to discuss a dispute about milk pricing between Fiji Cooperative Dairy Company Limited and the Fiji Dairy Company. Director for Animal Health and Production, Tomasi Tunambuna, confirmed the meeting but declined to comment on the discussions. Josephine Navula reports the dispute is hurting the dairy industry.
The dispute dates back to 2011, when the dairy industry was effectively separated into two operations, FDCL as the producer and FDL as the processor. At that time, farmers were told that the price to be paid for the milk would be determined by a milk supply agreement. The agreement remains in its draft stage, and FDL sets the price without an input from farmers.
We have requested the processing company that we would like to have the price as $1.05 a litre plus VAT, so that we can buy from the farmers at about 96, 97 cents a litre and sell it to them at $1.05 a litre. And that is quite a small amount, because so far since last year we had a price decrease from $1 a litre to 87 cents a litre.
Unlike Fiji, the price of raw milk in other countries like Australia and New Zealand have increased.
Other countries around the region has gained price increases in terms of raw milk. We have gone backwards. We have had a 13 cents litre decrease in the price of milk on the farm, what we get from the processor.
Farmers have sought answers from the dairy industry about their requests for prices to be increased.
We usually wake up at 4 o'clock every morning and work right up till 7 a.m. Yet, the meal mix that we usually buy for the cows to produce milk is very expensive.
Southern Cross Foods owns 80% shares in FDL, and the other 20% Class B shares are held by FCBL. Southern Cross Foods CEO Vishwas Sharma declined to comment, referring us to the Agriculture Ministry instead. In a statement yesterday, Director Animal Health Tomasi Tunambuna said no date has been confirmed to bring the two sides together. However, he added, the government would do all it can as soon as possible to address the issue of milk pricing. The Fiji Dairy Cooperative Limited believes the finalization of a milk supply agreement will lead to a healthy and productive dairy industry. Josephine Navula, FBC News.
The recent auditions for the Hibiscus Festival has left one hopeful applicant appalled at the line of questioning. Naomi Mbukalindi, a final-year law student at the University of the South Pacific in Suva, believes she was discriminated because she lives in a squatter settlement. Vosita Kotewasawasa reports.
The audition was supposed to be one mixed with anxiety and excitement about the prospect of being selected to participate in the country's biggest and oldest festival. However, this 23-year-old woman of Levuka came away appalled at the manner in which her audition was conducted.
It was the chairman that asked this question. He asked me, so how do you suppose you'd raise funds since you live in a squatter settlement? And then he followed, he then asked another question, and he said, do you have the network to raise funds since you're from there? I was really surprised and really stunned at the question, the line of questioning. I replied and I said that I've never seen my financial status as an obstacle to anything I was trying to achieve. He shrugged his shoulders.
Bukalindi has brushed aside critics on the social media who claim she wants publicity because she was rejected as a contestant.
And for any woman out there, regardless of their background, I believe we should be given equal opportunity. I know some people might be thinking that the only reason I'm doing this because I didn't get picked to be part of the Hibiscus queen category. I'm actually fine with that. It's just the way they conducted the audition.
Bukalindi says the experience, if anything, has made her a stronger person.
There's still this sense of discrimination that I can't shake. First of all, the Hibiscus Festival is a platform for everyone to voice out their contemporary issues that they might be facing, especially for youths. And I believe, just the mere fact that I went for the audition and then I was discriminated, I'm wondering how many other girls were actually discriminated for the mere fact that they had a similar type of background.
Hibiscus Committee Chairman Hiridesh Prasad declined to comment on Bukalindi's claims when approached today. The Hibiscus Festival will be held from August 15 to the 23rd in Suva. Pasita Kotemwaswasa, FBC News.
President Ratoepeli Nailatikau paid an official visit to the Fiji embassy in Seoul, South Korea today. Ratoepeli is leading a delegation to the Middle East and Africa to visit troops serving in volatile countries. He is on a brief stop in Seoul to visit the Fiji embassy. The visit allowed the president the opportunity to provide a brief update to embassy staff and officials on the various developments taking place in Fiji, including electoral developments. The embassy staff, led by Fiji's ambassador to Korea, Filimoni Kau, gave a presentation to the Fijian delegation on the work they are carrying out, including an update on the various areas that have potential to strengthen the Fiji-Korea relations. The Fijian president will leave later this week for the United Arab Emirates, where he will meet Fijian diplomats working at the embassy in Abu Dhabi. Fiji Labour Party leader Mahendra Chaudhry's application to stay or suspend his sentence was heard in court today. Suva High Court Judge Justice Paul Madigan questioned the grounds on which Chaudhry is seeking a stay or suspension of a sentence. He said there is no precedent for a judge to stay a sentence since a fine was issued and not a prison term. Chaudhry's lawyer Anand Singh argued the fine is a large amount, and if the money in Australia were to be repatriated, there is no guarantee that the situation can be reversed. However, Justice Madigan stated if the appeal does succeed, Chaudhry's fine would be returned and he would be free to do with it as he pleases. He also said while the court may have authority to stay a sentence, it does not extend to fines. A ruling is expected in the coming days. The names of the candidates who will contest the coming elections under the SEDELPA banner will be revealed on June 6th during their special general meeting. Party spokesperson Sainiana Rondrondro set the date during a visit by SEDELPA executives to the chiefly island of Mbao. Led by party leader Rote Mumukepa, the delegation met with village elders to seek their permission for campaigns and rallies in the lead-up to the election. Also present at the meeting last night was SEDELPA President Sili Venusi Wangausa and Tailevu Representative Ratuisoa Tikodha. Party General Secretary Pio Tambaiwalu says they have selected 3 viable candidates for the Tailevu area. There has been a decline in the number of dengue cases since the end of March. According to the ministry, cooler weather, control measures taken, and a decreasing proportion of the population susceptible to dengue virus.
So far, over 25,300 clinically suspected dengue cases have been reported. A significant drop has been seen since the beginning of the month.
We saw 50 cases a week in April, and then just recently in the last 2 weeks of May we've been registering about 20 cases per day.
The dengue outbreak was recognized in early December 2013. It was caused by dengue type 3 that has not been seen in the country for many years. Cases were reported in all subdivisions.
We see the epidemic moving away from the original epicenter, Suva, moving to the west. It's now plateauing in the west and basically taking off in the north. The good thing about that is there's lots of lessons learned, and these lessons have been shared, with the division.
Again emphasizing on the importance of keeping the environment clean to prevent dengue. The Ministry of Health has confirmed that dengue death toll has increased by 2, taking it to a total of 15 cases since last December. The final death toll will be confirmed once the ministry receives results of samples sent overseas for testing. Rashka Kumar, FBC News.
Still to come on FBC News, predicted El Nino to affect Fiji's energy security.
Today FM is #1 here in Singapore.
We love Today FM in Lambasa. It rocks!
My favorite station in Nandi is Today FM.
Listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks in Sabah.
Lodo kasi di love Today's Kid Music.
I love Today FM because they play all my songs.
We love Today FM at Vuniva Lambasa. Yeah, it rocks!
I love Today FM because it rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Bulan 2 saya Tolu FM, enapan 2 raki-raki.
Bula FM namban 2 in Nosor.
Go etapo ke boto kola sa Bula FM nga.
Bula FM namban 2 Korbu.
Bula FM namban 2 Sawa.
Bula FM namban 2 Lotoka. Bula.
Namban 2 nang Bula FM memba.
Bula FM namban 2 NSR in Singapore.
Kalau tali tak ada warung nang Bula FM Lotoka.
Ali akar warung Bula FM namban 2 NSR.
Bula FM namban 2 NSR.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. Fiji's energy security and economy could be greatly affected from the El Nino South Oscillation phenomenon predicted for this year. The Deputy Secretary for Public Utilities and Energy, Malakai Tandulala, says this is one of the downsides of climate change, which we will have to find practical solutions to. Eleanor Tarangaivu reports.
The Weather Office has predicted a high probability of the El Nino effect affecting Fiji from November to April. El Nino is usually associated with droughts as the system causes rainfall to move away to other places, hence the wet season will be drier than normal. Malakai Tandulala says already 90% of our rainfall stations have recorded rainfall well below the average for this time of the year, and this is affecting the water level at Monasabu. Tandulala says if this continues, Monasabu will have no other choice but to burn more expensive diesel fuels.
This process will affect Fiji's energy security as well as its economy because of the high cost of imported fuels can adversely affect Fiji's balance of payment position.
Speaking at the launching of the Pacific Report on Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change Working Groups 2 and 3, Tandulala says the Fijian government has put in place measures to help cushion the effects of climate change.
Now the government of Fiji is trying to promote renewable energy sources so that it can have sustainable development in this sector. In terms of energy sector, Fiji is using a lot of hydro schemes, solar as well as wind in its energy generation mix. At the moment, 60% of our energy mix is from renewable energy and 40% is from diesel fuels.
And, added to that, it's helping alleviate the suffering of communities directly affected by climate change through rising sea level and storm surges.
The government spent about 0.5 million for the relocations of Nandongo village in the Kaundoba in Vanuatu. This project involved the construction of some 40 new houses, water schemes and electrification to totally new villages, and has moved these villages to the new site. Another village to be relocated on this program is Narikoso in Kandab.
The report displays characteristics that global warming is taking place in Fiji and the Pacific and can cause catastrophic consequences to our community. Eleanor Turangaivu, FBC News.
The Land Transport Authority has confirmed its warning to the directors of Auto World Trading Fiji Limited not to run imported second-hand vehicles on roads again without proper trade plates. LTA spokesperson Ilyas Sokia says the company has been handed a traffic infringement notice and careless driving charges. Last month, the LTA impounded 6 second-hand vehicles from the company yard after it was discovered they were taken from the wharf without proper trade plates. Auto World Trading Fiji Limited's General Manager Kunal Lal declined to speak with FBC News or confirm if they have received a warning letter from the LTA. According to LTA, no vehicle should be running on the road without a proper trade plate. A Singatoka entrepreneur who successfully runs 2 restaurants and a rental car company is expanding her business into Suva. Andivika Naitoni has bought the former Fringing Reef restaurant in Nasese, once a lighthouse, and has big plans for the site. Josephine Navula reports.
It's a dream come true for Andivika Naitoni, who hails from Yavulo village in Singatoka. The mother of 2 had her eyes on the restaurant for about 2 years.
First time I came to Suva to come and watch the rugby in Nandronga and Etasiri, we went and have lunch in that place, but I fall in love with that place. Then I prayed to God that I want that place. But now I can know that I'm having that place. It's mine now.
When the business became available recently, Andivika wasted no time in acquiring the business.
I used like 300,000 to renovate the place. The thing was dead, like the thing was all gone down, and I like the place, and that's why I used the money.
The restaurant is still being renovated. Once open, it will operate 7 days from 11 a.m. until 1 a.m. It will also operate under a new name. Josephine Nabula, FBC News.
Sports now. Here's Jamie with the latest.
Good evening. Coming up, Netani Tale ruled out of June internationals, a new format for FNRL Vodafone Cup. This and more after the break.
It's always Gold FM for us at Golden Point, Raki Raki.
Gold FM is #1 in Lusur.
Gold FM is Nandi's best radio station.
It's always Gold FM with us here in Singatoka.
Old is gold, and Gold FM is #1 here in Lautoka.
Singatoka loves classic hits on Gold FM.
We listen to Gold FM here in Tagua.
We love Gold FM in Ba.
We've got beautiful beaches, people, and Gold FM in Raki Raki.
Lautoka loves the classic hits on Gold FM.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bato Bahe, Bame Radio Fiji 2 के कौन सा के रोके ऑनलाइन क्लियर
रेडियो फीजी 2 रकी रकी के लोग ज्यादा सुनते हैं।
नैनी में हम सबकी पसंद रेडियो फीजी 2।
तालेबू के लोग रेडियो फीजी 2 सबसे ज्यादा सुन रहे हैं।
मेरी पसंद रेडियो फीजी 2, नसोरी में सभी को पसंद रेडियो फीजी 2।
टावा में रेडियो फीजी 2 सभी कोई सुनते हैं।
रेडियो फीजी 2 रॉक।
रेडियो फीजी 2 आई लव यू।
देश की धड़कन रेडियो फीजी 2।
Welcome back to FBC Sports. The Vodafone Flying Fijians will be without back row and Netani Tale for the June internationals. The former skipper has been ruled out due to injury. National coach John McKee confirmed Tale injured his ankle last weekend while playing for his club, the Newport Dragons. McKee says former Fiji 7 skipper Sermai Mburotu, who plays for Biarritz and France, will be added to the extended squad.
So we've still got players playing, so we need some coverage to make sure that in the event of some untimely injuries, we've got people ready to step up.
Fiji plays Italy, Samoa, Tonga and the Cook Islands next month. 7 enthusiastic rugby match officials were today rewarded for their hard work in improving the standard of officiating in the country. The young referees were presented with Level 2 IRB match officiating certificates. Amongst them was Nandi lad Krishnil Chand, who says this is a step further in his young refereeing career and that the hard work doesn't stop here.
I guess it's the love for the sport. I love rugby union, but when growing up it was pretty obvious that I would not be a forward of any type and I would not be a modern backline player. So I guess it's a way to be involved with the sport and I'm really loving it.
And what are your future plans like?
My future plan is to just do well and hopefully I go on to the IRB stage soon and I'm working hard on it.
The Fiji National Rugby League has introduced a new format for the Vodafone Cup to spice up the competition. Teams in the top 8 grade will be fighting to stay out of the bottom 2 spots to avoid automatic relegation to the Premier Grade next season. Chale Ndawdakadaka reports.
Teams in the top 8 grade will be outfitted with stylish uniforms this season ahead of the opening round of the Vodafone Cup. But it will take more than just style for these teams wanting to keep their spots in the top grade.
There's always have been a thing that we go through promotion relegations.
and it makes the teams on the top to prepare only for the promotion relegation. So this year we've changed the format so that the bottom two goes automatically down to the Premier, and the top two from the Premier comes up to the top 8.
Organizers are happy that the number of teams wanting to be part of the competition continues to grow each year.
Since 2006, we had 10 clubs, but today we have over 100 clubs now partaking in this sport. This is a true indication of how this sport is growing in this country. And what this means is that we are now better prepared or better geared to take on the international world.
With the stakes at an all-time high, teams will need to bring their A game from the opening round.
That Vodafone has started up the competition, and it is lifted by lifting the standard of competition by giving the outfits for the boys, for the best 8 teams in the tournament. And we'll be looking forward to have a very good season this year.
Western fans are expected to get a first taste of the Vodafone Cup action in Raki Raki this weekend. Some top-notch games are expected to set the stage for 2014. Tsalendo Rakavak, FBC Sports.
With a week left before the start of football's Under-19 Championships, the Fiji Sports Commission has stepped in to help. The assistance is not only for hosting the championships, but also for coaching director Juan Carlos Buzzetti's salary. Indra Singh with more.
These youngsters now know they are in good hands as the Fiji Sports Commission has thrown its support behind them.
We are also this month on the 27th, we're assisting Fiji football for the Under-19 Oceania here at the ANZ Stadium.
This is in line with Maisie's team wanting to ensure all our national teams reach their target. And this is one of the reasons the Commission has also taken over the funding of salary of the National Coaching Director, Juan Carlos Buzzetti.
Fiji football, of course, Carlos, we're going to assist Carlos, and we announced that last week. The big thing is that Fiji football is now putting all the money from International Federation, from FIFA, into their development squads, and so that's why we're now helping Carlos, which isn't done by FIFA anymore.
This good news should surely boost the morale of the team as it countdowns the days for the playoffs. The winner coming out of Fiji, Vanuatu, Solomon Islands, Papua New Guinea, New Caledonia and American Samoa will go on to play in the 2015 Under-20 World Cup in New Zealand.
The players in general, everybody play our expectation, and again New Zealand, the first game was just quite a few mistakes. We rectified that. We played with 10 men all the second half. Was 2-0 and 2-1 until the last 90 or 91. So we are happy. We're really happy that the shape they took the team, and now we had 12 days to finish everything. So
thanks to the Commission, the financial matters are now sorted. Now it's time for this team to make history. Indra Singh, FBC Sports.
That was your sports for tonight. Good evening.
The Deputy Governor of the Reserve Bank of Fiji will retire later this month after almost 40 years of service with the bank. Inia Nyanga has the distinction of being the bank's longest-serving staff member. He will be succeeded by Arif Ali, who takes up his appointment as the Deputy Governor of the RBF from May 27th. Governor Barry Whiteside says Ali, who has 22 years of service with the RBF, brings with him a wealth of central banking experience. Weather time with Trish.
Yes, Jackie, let's look at today's map. Suva, Savusavu and Lambasa had cloudy skies and a few occasional scattered showers all throughout the day. Nadi Lotoka and Ba had fine weather from the morning till late in the day. Now with the temperatures, we have Savusavu with the lowest on 29, whereas Suva, Nadi Lotoka all were on 30, Lambasa with 31 and Ba, the hottest, hit 32. Looking at tomorrow's forecast, that low pressure trough to the north of the group is going to bring cloud and scattered showers to all of the major centers tomorrow. Expect cloudy skies everywhere, rain and in Suva and eastern centers in the morning, spreading to Nadi Lotoka and the west in the afternoon. For mariners, a strong wind warning remains in force for the Kandavu and Batu Ira passages. Southeast winds 20 to 25 knots with rough seas. Finally, with our photo of the day, this is the famous volcano Yazur on Tana Island in Vanuatu. The picture taken by Samisoni Nainova on a recent visit.
Thanks so much for that, Trish. A quick recap of our headlines tonight. Government intervenes over dispute on milk prices. Hibiscus hopeful question selection panel. And High Court to rule on Chaudhry's appeal against sentence. On to our poll question for this week. We're asking, should there be an age limit on public service vehicles? Visit our FBC website to take part. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. That's FBC News for tonight. Till tomorrow. Bye for now.
Talita na radio Fijuan na muiran no na bonua.
Ando talita kana borro na radio Fijuan singa toka boleta ni station ni alumatu.
Ando talita ka bole una borro na radio Fijuan station ni alumatu elo toka.
Ando talita ka bole una borro na radio Fijuan na mandi na station ni alumatu.
Au tungoi korbo. Ando borro mo live na station ni alumatu na radio Fijuan.
Ando borro na radio Fijuan na station ni alumatu na mandoi tele.
Na radio Fijuan nandu mo ibitin bonga ni BNN.